Had an incredible match with Gabrieli Pessanha, who is actually going to be fighting Gabby Garcia in the super heavy first match of the day later today in their division. And yep, she's actually jumping. We can jump over and watch her right now. Is that mat 5?
Looks like mat 3.
On mat 3,
this will be a good one right here.
Let's jump over and watch Gabby Pessanha versus Bianca Basilio, which is incredible. But Anna Carolina had an incredible match with Gabrieli Pessanha where we saw her really control a bigger, stronger, taller athlete with her beautiful X guard and single leg X transitions. And so she could be looking for the same thing here with Gabby Garcia. Yeah, when we can, we're going to hop over here to mat 3, and we're going to see Gabrieli, and we're going to see Bianca Basilio. And this is a very interesting fight because there is a huge weight difference, but Bia Basilio has so much experience and success at the black belt level in the open class as a smaller athlete that you can never, ever, ever count her out.
Yeah, agreed. And she's very explosive and very fast. So she's going to have to get free, so to speak, of some of the grips in the closed guard, though.
Yes, I think this was very smart by Gabby Pessanha to come into this body triangle closed guard to slow Bia down, because she is just, like you said, so explosive, and when she gets moving, it's very hard to stop her. So sometimes with the bigger, stronger athletes, they have a harder time with the smaller people because of the speed and the explosiveness. But if you can use your strength advantage to slow them down, or just your positional advantage to slow them down a little bit, then that's really when you can feel the difference between weight classes. If you don't slow it down, then you feel the speed difference, right? So Bia has to be careful here. I mean, when we think about this position, what the ref is looking for is Gabrieli does have to start to go for some attacks, because if she stays in this body triangle position, she will be called for a penalty because the referee knows that this makes it pretty impossible for the person on top to open the guard. And so if there's no action from the bottom person, the person on top is basically in a forced stalling position. So they have to give a penalty to the person on bottom eventually, but not quite yet. She's being very active with the grips, and I've seen her use that sweep many times successfully, that big overhead sweep with the knees and the shins and the armpits to knock the opponent over. It also opens up a lot of other things as well as she gets off balanced.
She's got an overhook here, possibly going into maybe an arm drag situation. Arm locks coming. I like Bia's grabbing the sleeve. I think that's a good tactic so that Gabrieli can't scoop that leg and get some really off balance going, but she's not really made a big attempt to step up with that left leg yet.
Yeah, it looks like she's here trying to pass the lapel to her left hand, which is really going to lock in the control of Bia's posture. And once you're here, of course we want Bia to open the guard. It's very big sweep attempt from Gabrieli, but she almost ended up in like a side guard once she came back to the top.
That's a big grip right here. If she can grab that collar, that's a pretty big grip that she could win, because she could drag the arm across.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that with that collar. There's a whole game there with this collar. It's an arm lock. It's a Bravo from the closed guard. It's a lot of stuff going on if she can feed that lapel all the way over the back.
Yeah, it's hard. We want Bia to open the guard here, but it's very dangerous for her to stand up with that body triangle around her waist, because as she does, there's really almost no way for her to posture up. But Gabby is really smart. She's probably one of the most strategic players that I've ever seen. Her brother and coach actually only an IBJJF ref too, so they're very well in the rule. So what we saw was she opens her guard, she moves her legs around so that the referee can't say that she's stalling. Right? She's aware of that. She knows that penalty could come. And it forces Bia to think, do I want to stand up? Do I want to be explosive and open the guard? Do I want to follow that trap? Because clearly I'm being baited type of thing, right? So it's an interesting little mental game there. We left the match earlier, but Gabby Garcia and Anna Carolina are still going. There's very little time left, and Anna Carolina is trying to look for a last-minute advantage because she's losing by the penalty. So, yeah, very, very high-paced match over there. A couple seconds left, though. Looks like Gabby Garcia will be the winner on mat 6, and could potentially have to double-check, but I think it might be the same side as Gabrieli Pessanha and Bia Basilio.
Now,
which would mean
Bia's going to dive on a foot here, and she's got a good foot lock. She finished a lot of people in foot lock, so
has an outstanding foot lock.
So
outstanding.
Yeah, so she
kills people with that foot lock. Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Yep.
And even though it's a bigger, stronger opponent, a longer leg to deal with, we've seen her foot lock bigger people a lot. A lot. Very, very powerful.
So now she's got to contend with like either recovering here or threading the right foot underneath as a short hook. That's always a good idea because her left leg is stuck. Gabrieli had the grip of the gi because she was going to come up and put posture and basically force a 50-50 but get a sweep out of it. But we'll see if Bianca can get a little lower on the foot, bend the knee. That short hook right underneath there, she sort of brought it underneath there. Is always a good idea to create some pressure and also bend the knee, get lower on the foot.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting. We're getting some news coming through now. So some of the semifinal matches are going to be set. So for the opposite side of, the same side of this bracket, we are going to see in the semifinals Yara Nascimento versus Gabby Garcia. So Yara versus Gabby Garcia. That's a very interesting fight. We have never seen them fight before. So that'll be, we're going to probably see a big guard pull from Yara and a good distance control with her strong lasso. So that's going to be the semifinals. Then on the other side, we're going to see the winner of this fight go against the winner of Bia Mesquita and Isadora Silva. Big movement here now from Gabrieli Pessanha. This could be a scoring moment if she can get the advantage or climb to the back. But now she's in on a Kimura here, which she has a tight bite on, but she might transition here to the legs or the back with this grip.
Yeah.
And she does get the advantage. So the only score here is going to be that advantage for Gabrieli. 2 advantages now for Gabrieli. Another incredible fight at 10:54. So we will bounce over to those just as soon as these start to wrap up.
So reset now for Bianca to see if she plays a little differently this sort of second half here.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the decision making of Bia Basilio here. I'm interested to see if she pulls and elects to be on bottom. But even if she wanted to, now we're back in the same close guard again.
We've seen this play out once. We'll see if she can change how it plays out here.
Again, I think it's important to note that Gabby is a master of strategy. That was not an accident. She knows she can control Bia from here for a couple minutes or even work to score again. But the pressure is on Bia now because Gabby is up, So if she's in strong positions with grips and being dangerous and active enough, then it's going to be very hard for Bia to get the passing points that she would need at this point. But at the same time, we've seen Bia be very explosive with larger opponents and end up on the back and put those hooks in and be like a spider, like hard to peel off. So definitely can't be counted out with 3 minutes left, still a lot of time to work for that pass. But with that's a very interesting grip with the lapel.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna, there you go. Bia untied it already, so that's, Bianca did the right thing to untie it, just thread the foot through and under, but it did a good job of keeping her at bay for momentarily there.
Yeah, you kind of trapped the foot in place, and now a big De La Riva sweep from Gabby, but not quite enough to put the butt on the mat of the hips. And now some passing pressure we see from Bia, but that grip on the ankle from Gabby with the left hand really kind of stopped things. And we also, Bia also has an amazing toe hold too.
Yeah.
She has great foot locks and toe holds.
That's kind of where it was about to come from there. So
yes.
She might be a little high on the leg now to turn on the foot lock.
She could have applied a lot of pressure here, but Gabby did a smart thing by figure fouring her ankles together. So now we're in this, this class of 50-50 position where it's very easy to think that Gabby will probably win this exchange. Looks like she might even come on top now for the 2. But she's not going to be in a rush because she has the advantages, right? So she can elect to kind of stay in the seated 50-50 position, or she can play on bottom, play on top. Bia has a lot more urgency, right? She needs to untangle this position and make something happen.
There she comes to the top and gets 2. See if she's going to just get down on the foot again. She got the elevation, and so she got lower on the foot now on this left side, but you can see Gabrieli really doing a good job of controlling that cross sleeve
just 120 left here in the open class quarterfinals. And the winner of this fight is going to go against Bia Mesquita, the winner of Bia Mesquita and Isadora Silva. And if Bia does come through on that other side of the match, it would be really, really interesting to see Gabi Pessanha potentially go against Bia Mesquita. That's going to be an incredible fight. So Bia comes on top now for the 2, but not super meaningful just yet because Gabi has those 2 advantages. And now Gabi looking to, attack the feet here. Oh, now we almost saw some good ankle lock pressure from Bia Basilio. We still could, but if Gabi's able to put the weight in her right foot or just, continue to bring her toes up and kind of like stick her foot in the boot, we call it, then it's hard to get that extension on the foot that Bia will need.
Yeah, there she's got a little, she had it. It's teetering right there, right? She's getting good pressure, but then Gabrieli's moving well and getting rid of that pressure.
Yeah, Gabi's doing a good job of addressing Bia's left foot to keep that extension at bay, and then also she's turning her knee inward rather than outward. But now Bia coming up to, nice smash position here now from Gabi with just 5 seconds left. Gabi will take the win here, which means we will see the winner of Bia and Isadora fight Gabi in the semifinals. And it's likely that will be Gabi versus Bia Mesquita, which will be a monumental first-time match for the 2 of them. And then right after that, just following a couple minutes later, we will see the semifinal match between Yara and Gabi Garcia at 11:05 on mat 6. And we've yet to set the semifinal for the other side of the women's, who are waiting on Bia Mesquita versus Isadora.
Right.
So we can actually hop over to that match right now. It's going to be on mat 3.